Wow. That is an that is an interesting message. Whiskey Jack, no Discord TA, but on time for free marketing stuff to get more members. As if he is expecting me to do it by a certain time every morning, and if I don't do it by the exact certain time, then he has to freak out, and that's an interesting. That's a good way to start. That's a good way to start. That's a good way to start my Friday. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out. Cheers. Good morning, Whiskey, and goodbye. All right. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Yeah, I mean, I was out with some friends. Nothing crazy. It was a good time. Morning, morning, morning. Friday. Yeah, I'm excited. It should be a nice little car show this weekend. That'll be good time. Fun to I like doing that, man. I love a good car show. You guys go to car shows? Does anyone here a big car show guy? Guy or girl? That was the earliest kick we've ever had. That's the earliest kick we've ever had. That was a immediate kick. You guys like car shows? I know Car Guy does. There's a car show in Naples called it's at Gulf Coast Motorworks. If I'm gonna be there, if anyone wants to go. Gulf Coast Motorworks has a cars like a exotic and espresso, they call it, tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna go to it. Oh yeah, Prestige Auto's a good time. All right, let's get started, guys. Well, welcome back. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Yesterday was a really nice day, a really clean day. If you guys saw my video from yesterday, I posted about the break and retest of previous day lows. It was perfect. It was a perfect, once again, rejection of the previous day lows, break and retest. I mean, man, it could not have gotten any cleaner. Once again, if you guys were in the Discord yesterday, you saw that we took that trade yesterday in the live trading. That was really nice, and that really was the trade of the day. So really nice stuff there. Then after that, we got another rejection on the ES at a very clean level as well. So let's just go ahead and wrap up everything. Let's go ahead and talk about the price action yesterday. Let's go ahead and look at a few other names. Let's just get an idea of sort of the price action. That's really what I think you should take away from this live stream is what happened in the price action? How is it explained, right? How can we understand what happened yesterday? And how can we use that education to try to understand what could happen in the future? So today, futures, economic, and earnings calendar, as always. There's really nothing much. I mean, there is, but it's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it changes the trend, because the trend has been very strong on this market. It just looks sort of lifeless at the moment, if I guess is the right word to say. It's might be the right word to say. But here is the charts. Here we go. So, Friday, right? Personal income, personal spending, PCE, consumer sentiment. So 8:30, we do have some stuff. We'll see what happens, right? We'll see if it really changes the entire move here. We have seen the trend. We have ridden the trend, right? It's been a very nice downside move. It's been a very clean downside move. And I think you just continue to think that way, right? Until something really changes, right? You just continue to trade that move until something really changes. I don't think it is worth trying to guess, right, the bounce, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just continue to ride that trend. Maybe one day, you're going to take a loss because you tried to short it. It bounces, so be it. But the probabilities are on your side, right? If you continue to look for those rejection plays. That's the probability trade. So personal income, personal spending, PCE. We'll see what happens there at 8:30 today. Let's go to the earnings calendar, which we had Amazon yesterday. Where the hell is my earnings calendar? There it is. We had Amazon yesterday, and today we just had Exxon, AbbVie, and Chevron. So nothing crazy. If we zoom in here, 1 second. Why can't I get that to zoom in? Damn, that's really zoomed in. All right, here we go. All right, move this over. So guys, we're ending the week. Exxon, AbbVie, and Chevron. That's really it. So yesterday, Amazon and Enphase. Wow, what the hell is this? Oh, look at that. That confused me. You see that red light, yellow light, green light? That confused me. That's zooming into this corner over here. So anyways, Exxon, AbbVie, Chevron, and that's about it for the end of the week, guys. So yeah, that's it, really. And then Tesla 200. Nvidia 400, AMD 96. You guys saw that 400 hold on Nvidia yesterday. That was very nice. The Tesla seems to be holding around this 200. AMD was a beautiful 96 retest, which we'll look over. Apple broke the 200 SMA. We're going to take a look at that one. Meta, 300 rejections. Amazon, 129. And then I entered that Costco swing. I entered the Costco swing. The chat is interesting, man. I love the chat. And I entered the Costco swing. All right, let's continue. Let's do it. NASDAQ. Guys, it doesn't, let's not try to, okay. Guys, the chat is not a place to try to ask me where I'm guessing where a stock is going to go, okay? The chat is not the place to ask me. No place is the place to ask me to try to guess where something is going to go, right? I do not guess. I do not try to guess where stocks go. We have to take that mentality out of our minds. I know it's a very normal thing that the humans do, right? That's what humans do. They come into the stock market, they try to guess where stocks are going to go, they try to put an arbitrary number on it and say, I think it's going to go here, right? If you actually want to make money, doing this, right, you just come into every morning with the game plan on certain levels and you trade them. I do not give a shit where Tesla goes over the next 2 weeks. It does not matter, right? It does not matter to me. All I know, right? All I know is that I'm going to be watching, right, the intraday levels that I talk about on this stream every day. And once I see, right, the stock trade at those levels, I will trade, right? I will trade. All right? All right, let's continue. So, here we go. NASDAQ 15-minute. You guys can see right here. 14,450, right? 14,450. You guys can see those lows right there. And that is exactly what happened yesterday, right? That is exactly what happened yesterday. So, perfect. Previous day low. Break and retest into that previous day low. And we see the rejection. Jay Price, good morning. Have a coffee. Oh, by the way, where's the schedule going to go on Monday? Jay Price, thank you, brother. Jay Price, if I could, guess, where that schedule is going to be, maybe I'd go buy a lottery ticket or something. I appreciate that, man. Have a good weekend, as always. So 14,450 yesterday, clean as it can possibly be. Rejection into demand, 14,140. is around the level that I'm watching here. If we get any bounce today, right? If we get any bounce today, you are watching the 14,380 and you are watching the 14,440, right? That's what you're watching today. That's what you're watching today. If you see a 14,440 or a 14,380 rejection, that is the watch that I will be looking for, right? That is the trade I will be looking for if we get those pushes and those rejections. I will not be interested in trading under the 200 SMA today. It's just not the day for me, right? Because I am very aware of the potential. I am very aware of the potential fake outs that could happen below this 200 SMA. I believe, at least me personally, that this is going to be like I'm trying to think of a good reference for the type of price action that will sort of come in around this 200. I would almost assume it's like a spring being loaded, right? And then eventually a pop, right? That's how I believe that this price action will be. It'll almost be like a spring. Like imagine a spring getting pushed down here and then a pop, right? And so I know that it's going to be a little bit dangerous to be trading near this 200 or anywhere below the 200. Because I understand that the market has a tendency to try to hold that 200. And that is what you saw yesterday, right? It did break it. There was some short-term downside. There always will be, right? There will always be short-term downside. But I understand that it could get very sort of volatile under it and could get a little bit dangerous. I would rather just trade the fades, right? I would rather trade the fades. So if I see a fade at the 380, if I see a fade at the 450, those are the two levels that I would be watching today. All right? That's really it, guys. All right? That's really it. Where did I get the 380 from? It's from back here. It's this little wick high from the back on. Let me zoom in. This little high right here on Thursday of May 25th. It goes back quite a bit. But it's an important level, right? It's the last level here before sort of some upside, sort of straight down downside that could lead to upside here, right? Could lead to some upside here. So 380, 450, those are really the two levels. What's the cleanest trade that could sort of set up here, guys? What is probably likely to set up here on the NASDAQ in the near future? Maybe not today, right? Can anyone guess it? I'm actually curious. I'm actually very curious. Does anyone look at this chart and does anyone, if just say the level on the screen, let me know what would be the next best short opportunity. The next best short opportunity. I want to see if anyone has it in them. Cheers. I keep buying these big water bottles. I like them because I actually drink more water. Because I want to be drinking more water. Wow, you guys got it. You guys are good. Hey, we taught something right here. We're teaching something right here. 14.6 retest, man. Right? That's going to happen. That will happen. I don't like to use the word guarantee because we're going to get guys like Whiskey Jack that come back into the chat. Why no Desi TA? Why free live stream to get free members? Right? That's what we're probably going to get if I guarantee something, right? But I can almost guarantee that you are going to pop into 14.6 at some point, maybe not today, maybe next week, right? And we're probably going to see, right, that's going to be the reaction that you want to wait for. That's going to be right there, most likely, a trade that sets up here in the near future. A break and a retest on a longer-term time frame of a major level at 14.6. You have not gotten that retest yet. So we're at the 200 SMA. I still believe the tendency here is to fill that move, fill the imbalance, correct? Fill that move, right? Get that retest at 14.6, right? And then look to see if there's an entry there. So that's a little bit on my mind. and just being a little bit cautious of that. Because if we do get that move, I want to be aware of that, and I don't want to be too short down here at the 200 SMA. Once again, guys, historically, right? Historically, let's just go, sort of historically looking here. Historically, shorting at the 200 SMA is not your best time to be heavily short, right? If you were short before yesterday, if you were short, Monday morning, yeah, you're having a good week. But now at the NASDAQ 200, historically, that's a little bit more of a tough short. And maybe there's due for a little bit of a relief bounce back into that 14.6 retest. This is why it's very important to be paying attention to the longer term analysis. So something to be paying attention to. I hope that analysis makes some sense for you guys this morning. A little bit too much time on the NASDAQ here, but whatever. It is what it is. 14,380, 14,450, and the 14.6. This is the real retest up here, right? That's the real retest. Got him, Dre. Would not have known that before. Learning and earning. I appreciate you, Dre. Thank you, brother. Have a fantastic weekend, man. Thank you for coming in with positivity, with supporting the chat, supporting the group. Thank you for the donations, as always. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys that come in here, just normal people, man. That really is a, I hate to have to deal with some idiocracy. So 4,200. Hey, I mean, it was like me on the thumbnail yesterday. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Right? What did we talk about in the live stream yesterday? We said watch 4,200. We said watch for that 4,200 possible retest. That is exactly what it did, right? So the ES basically just moved higher yesterday into the open, right into the previous day lows, right? And that was the perfect rejection point, right? It was the perfect rejection point on the ES. Could not have been any cleaner. So what are you watching today, right? What are you watching today? Pretty easy, guys, right? Pretty easy. You just wait for this. That's it, right? That's all you wait for. You either wait for that or you wait for this, right? That's it. That's all you wait for. You wait to see what happens at 4,200 today. If you don't see the ES of 4,200 today and you're trading, you are trading in a disaster zone, right? This is a disaster zone. And if you think that you're going to end the week good on a Friday at the end, unless you want to get real sweaty on a Friday, right, and possibly screw up the end of your week, right, unless you want to get involved in that dance, I would be waiting for 4,200 today to do anything, right? Or you could try something at these lows, the 4,150, right? You could try something at the 4,150. It's possible, right? You might be able to catch some type of a demand bounce here, maybe a break and hold under for downside, right? That's possible as well. I would be much more interested in the 4,200, right? It's exactly what happened yesterday. So I know that I have an edge there, right? I know I can build an edge here. I know I can build an edge here in my trading. Why? Because we've seen it reject that level in the past, right? So if I see us push into 4,200, then I'm going to look to see, do I see rejection start to step in, right? And can I potentially take that short? Or do I start to see this thing breaking out today, right? And do I start to see a hold above 42? And if that's the case, right, then I'm going to be looking for that long, right? I'll look for it over 42 because I know it's a very key level, right? And I know there probably could be some shorts that get squeezed out of this, today across the market if the ES, right, gets over 4,200, right? So 4,200, that's the big one today, guys. I know it sounds so simple. I know it sounds so like there's no strategy to it, but really all you do here is you sit today and do nothing. You sit here and do zero until the ES is at 4,200. That could very well be the best trade of the day, right? The best trade of the day could just be sitting here, waiting for 4,200 to get triggered, and then watching the reaction. That's likely your best risk reward, best probability, and just the cleanest opportunity today without getting all sweaty in this sort of mess, right? That's it. That's it. And if you can get above 4,200, right, there's probably some upside. I'd say there's probably potential upside to that 4,250, right? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. So you could watch that 4,200 both ways, guys. All right? QQQ. Same thing, man. These are the levels we had yesterday. I did not change these levels at all. I have not touched this chart. So 345, 350. It's the same exact analysis from yesterday. 345, 350. No change, right? 200 SMA below at that 340 on the QQQ. If we go to the SPY, you guys can see we had these levels yesterday between 410 and that 417, right? And what did we do yesterday on the SPY? All we did was reject the previous day lows. 417, break, retest, rejection, right? Very nice. 417, break and retest, rejection. Yes, I did go out last night. Guys, I have a social life, okay? There's going to be days that I do go outside and I do go out with friends. Maybe I'm a little bit late on a certain thing. You know, I'm here, right? I'm here. You're here for free. I know you're just messing around, Brian. You're a good guy, Brian. It's okay, right? I'm allowed to go out. And this is my YouTube career is not going to become a criticism, right? That's not going to happen here. So 417, right? Previous day lows. Look at those rejection highs from yesterday, right? Very clear, right? Today, what do you do? What do you do? All you do is you let this push and you see what happens at 417, right? You let this push and you see what happens at 417, right? That's it. That's it. 417, look for that level today, right? Look for that level today and just sort of monitor the price action there. That's the key. I think that is going to be your best opportunity to potentially take an entry to either the rejection point of 417 or maybe a hold above 417, right? That's the key today. All right? Right? And so, like, let's think about this logically. Let's think about this logically. This is how I will enter my Friday. Let me sort of, now that we have the futures and the SPY QQQ done, we have a few minutes until some economic data. Let's think about our game plan here with some logic, right? It's Friday, okay? It's the last trading day of the week. That's number one. It's Friday. Number two, right? Me personally, I had a little bit to drink last night. So, right, I'm not feeling like going balls to the wall today, right? I'm going to be full transparent with you. So, I'm probably not going to be going too crazy today looking for monster trades. So, right, what is the easiest thing to do today? What is the cleanest thing to do today? What requires the least amount of effort and just gives us the best opportunity, right? All that this does, right, all that we have to do today, knowing that it's a Friday, knowing that we don't want to give back our profits, knowing that we don't need to get too sweaty in this area, right? I'm just simply going to watch the market until we test somewhere that we have an edge, right? That's sort of, I believe, the correct mindset to come into this day, right? We get a pop into that 4,200, right? We wait for our A+ setup, right? 4,200 on the ES, I think that's very clear, right? On the NASDAQ, you could look for either this 380 right here or this 450 right here, right? And I think you just simply wait for it. And if it doesn't happen, you don't trade, right? And if it doesn't happen, you don't trade, right? So that's how I'm stepping into today. I think it's a very clear way to be monitoring the market today. Chef, I appreciate you, man. Have a beer on me. Not today, maybe tomorrow. Even though I don't drink one day, we're going to share a cool and laugh about it. I appreciate you, Chef, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. As always, thank you for the support. Appreciate you. All right. So that's that. Let's get into the schedule. So Tesla 200. And guys, trust me, everyone that's waiting for that DES ETA, I just want to let you know it will be there. So if you guys are in the Discord, if you're in the chart Discord, or if you're in the Options Insider trading community, just know DES ETA is coming. Don't worry, it's on its way. So you guys can see right here, right? You guys can see right here. Tesla, what did it do yesterday? We had this 214 level, right? You guys can see this 214 level, a previous low right here, right here, right here, right here. And what happened yesterday, right? We pushed up into that level and got absolutely nailed right off that test level. That was a beauty. Look at this one. See this on Tesla? 1, 2, 3 minutes to the upside. Beautiful 1 minute wick. I mean, look at that wick. That wick. I don't want to underestimate the importance of this candle here, guys. This is a good learning lesson. So let's take a second and really focus in on this. I don't want to underestimate this. Guys, this is huge. And I don't know how, I know people talk about it. I don't know how much people or how seriously focused you are as a trader on wick rejections. This is a dead giveaway right here, guys, right? This is the stuff you want to look for. And if you watched my video yesterday on the SPY puts, the reason why I took my SPY puts was because of a certain wick rejection that I was watching, right? That gave me that like little kick in the ass that said, hey, get in, right? Get in. It's that there's something in your trading, that one thing that you're just waiting to see until you gain that confidence to jump in, right? And this is really nice stuff, right? That is really nice stuff. These are the types of candles you want to be looking for at the supply levels, right? If you see a stock moving into your supply level, that's the type of candle right there that you want to be watching, right? It is the 1 minute chart. Yeah, I know, right? I'm not usually going to be watching the 1 minute. It does give me agita as well. Gives you agita. That's a good man. It must be Italian or something. But sometimes it'll show up on the 2 minute as well, right? Right? It's not just the 1 minute. You can see even on the 2 minute, there's times of wicks. Obviously not great examples here, but you're going to see them on the 2 minute as well. It's not just the 1 minute chart. But anyways, just wanted to point that out there. What was that level, by the way, right? What was that level? That was this previous low, right? This was the Tuesday low, the Wednesday pre-market low, the Wednesday early morning low that we bounced into and rejected, right? So very nice there. What are we watching today? It looks to be around this 211 area, right? We had this 211 area, but let me just go ahead and delete that, right? Why am I deleting that? Because all I'm interested in today is a rejection here, right? I want the more for sure level on a Friday here, right? I want the more for sure level to be watching. I will be watching the 214, right? And I will be watching to see if that is a rejection point again today. If it's not that, it's nowhere for me, right? If Tesla's not rejecting 214, it's not a trade for me anywhere, right? That's where I want to see it reject, either there, right? Or I talked to you guys yesterday about this, or up here at the 221, right? So I either want to look to fade I want to fade at the best spots, right? I'm not going to create a level out of thin air and try to trade off of it, right? I want to be the patient one that actually waits for the real levels, right? So what I want to do is I want to wait for this triple bottom that is very clear, right? Which clearly rejected yesterday, right? I want that to be tested again, right? And if it does, then I will look to short it here or, if it gets above it, possible longs. So the key here, though, is we're waiting for the key level, right? That's the key. So for me, 214 on Tesla today, guys. Yesterday's highs, right? All right, let's look what happened here on the futures on PCE. Oh, my God. Here it is. This is the chat today. This is, if I could represent the chat today, this is it. It's like an eruption. That's the chat today. All right. So, not much. Look at that 200, man. Look at that 200. That's interesting today, right? That's interesting today. That 200 SMA. Just sitting right under it, man. It's going to get messy. I'm telling you guys. It's going to be really it's going to be a little bit difficult down here. I really do believe it. Because there is just going to be so much fake out action near this 200 SMA. I'm trying to give you the friendly advice, right? If it was my buddy and I said, hey, where should I trade today? To my friend, I would tell him to not get anywhere involved in here, right? Look at this, guys. How are you going to guess what's going to happen here? There's nothing here. All you're going to do is you're going to fake so many people out basically at this 200 SMA, and it's just going to be a shit show. So please be careful around this 200, guys. I think you want to wait for the fades, right? The bounce and the fade has been a gorgeous trade every day for the last 2 weeks. I'm not kidding, right? That bounce and fade is killer because you get the bounce, right? The weak bulls, the weak upside, and the thing just fades, and you can catch it off some really nice levels. That's what I would be looking for today more than anything. And with that said... we have 2,000 people here, 700 likes. That is ad time. Ad time. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If we get 1,000 likes by 8:30 every day on this live stream, we do not run ads. But if we're not there, then I have to run an ad. So I ran an ad. All right. So NASDAQ. 14,380, 14,450. Not really much on PCE. A little bit of a move. You're holding that 200 SMA. What's the ES doing? Yeah. I mean, you're just sort of holding up here. That NASDAQ 200 SMA is going to be the key, guys. That NASDAQ 200 SMA is going to be the key. Right? Right there. That's the key. So 200, right? 14,380, 14,450. Let's continue. Tesla. Yep, Tesla spiked. Look at where Tesla spiked into. Holy shit. Yeah, Tesla spiked right into that supply level. Interesting, right? So Tesla 214, 221. All right, let's continue. Nvidia 400. Let me zoom out here. Let me clean this up just a tad. Even though these levels are all important. It's just I know it's a little bit messy for you guys. First of all, let's take a look at the 400 level, right? We know this is huge. 4-hour chart, 400, monster, right? Previous highs, support, 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 support. 400, big level, right? We know that. That is, first of all, the most important thing to be paying attention to, guys. We do not want to be short into that 400 area. That is going to be a very important zone. You can see the double bottom that was formed at that 400 yesterday, right? You see that? Oh, let me move that back. All right. So you can see, right, the 400 demand that stepped in yesterday, right here. So we do not want to be short into that. For sure, we do not want to be short into that. If we get a push into that 420, right? If we get a push into that 420, that is where we're going to be looking for rejections, right? If we get a push back into the previous high rejection, back into these rejections, right? Then we're going to look for that play there. If we get a push higher than that, we're going to that 428, right? And then we're looking at that 440. All right, so those are our levels on Nvidia. 420, 428, and 440, right? That's the area that I would be watching. I do not want to be short into 400, right? I do not want to be short into 400. And if I see this do a break and retest, that's probably one of the cleaner trades you could look for. However, just make sure you're aware of what the market's doing, right? What's the overall market doing? Are we holding the 200 on the NASDAQ? Is there still demand below on the NASDAQ? Just be cautious of that. Hold on, guys. All right, so 400 double bottom low Nvidia, right? Very important. Keep an eye on that. If we get upside today, you're looking for 420, right? That's here. You guys can see right here, 420, right? Previous rejection point. And if you get a little bit higher than that, you're watching that previous low here around 428, right? So very clear levels. But what's it take, right? What does it take to make money on Nvidia today? It takes you to be patient, right? Patient for the levels to actually hit. Patient for us to push into this 420. Patient for us to push down into 400, right? You do not need to trade this move, right? You don't need to trade the inside move. I know everyone wants to get, everyone gets sucked into it right in the morning, right? Starts trading when we're not at any key level. What I would do, right? And this is how I stay sort of a discipline to this, right? If I don't see a stock trading near a colored zone for me, I know it's a bad trade. I just automatically know that. So make sure to set your zones up, right? And have them color coordinated. Because if you see a stock that's trading in a dark area, right, and it's not trading near anything that you have mapped out, you automatically know in your head, hey, this is not at a key level. I'm not going to trade this yet. Let me stay patient on a better setup, right? That's how I sort of stay patient to wait for those setups to really set up, is because I wait for the price action to actually be at a certain zone, right? And then I know right away, right, hey, there might be a trade here. Where am I looking? What's this level? Let me take a look at it, all right? AMD, 96. We talked about this one yesterday. This was a nice little rejection, right? Squeeze above, a little bit of a fade, right? And then we got back below 96. Nice little downside on that one yesterday. If you guys were in the group yesterday, this was fun, man. We had a good time in the group yesterday. I know a lot of you guys were watching this AMD. I told the group I was done trading, and I was trying to stay disciplined to that, so I did not take AMD. But man, I was watching this thing from start to finish. I was basically for the first, basically from 9:55 to for about 10 minutes. I was just saying, hey, watch this thing. This is a perfect bear flag on AMD into this 96 retest, and man, that was a trade. 96, you had a little bit of a hold here, you had a break, you had the retest, and you had the beautiful bear flag. I mean, that is just sexy. That is sexy right there. So 96 on AMD, very nice yesterday, right? What are we looking at today? Same thing, right? Same thing, right? We know 96 is important. We know it's a very important level. So let's watch it again. Look at where AMD is, right at 96, right? You're right there at 96. So let's watch that again. If AMD can hold above 96 today, right? If AMD can hold above 96 today, I think there is definitely a possibility of a little bit of upside here, right? I definitely think there's a possibility for us to retest the 200 SMA. I think that's very possible, right? 200 SMA, previous double bottom lows, basically a straight down move, right? Basically a straight down move. So if you do get a 96 hold, right, there might be a nice little long opportunity here. If you can get a hold above this 96, if you can see some strong demand stepping in, let's say the market is holding up today, I'm not saying that you can't look for that long, right? That's a possible long there. You just have to know what you're trading, right? You have to know what you're trading. I try, and let me just make something clear, guys, right? When I'm in the live streams, when I'm on the Discord, you have to know that the way I talk about things, I tailor it to newer traders, right? I tailor it, and I know some of you guys out there may be a little bit more advanced in trading, so some of the things I say may seem a little bit too conservative, but I tailor my content to a newer trader, just being really cautious, trying to really protect them and like tell them don't get any bright ideas, right? But if you are an experienced trader, if you know what you're doing, right, this is definitely a trade you can go for, because an experienced trader or someone that has the right mindset understands, hey, if I take this long here, I need to be out anywhere near 98, 99, right? Even as we start to smell the 99 area, right, you should be scaling out. You shouldn't be full size in a long here when you even get the hint of that. Someone said it in the chat, the aroma. You can't even be long at the hint or at the aroma of 98s, 99s, anywhere near 100s, right? You need to be starting to get out, right? So that's the thing. That's why I want to that's why I'm a little bit cautious to recommend that trade to some people, because I think some traders will just long this. They'll just hold it until, tomorrow morning and realize that, hey, what happened, right? So, yeah, let's not do that. If we do long something like this, you got to be a profit taker real quick into these lows. But that is an interesting idea, and that's something I'll definitely be watching today. If you can hold above, and if there is opportunities in this straight downside. So, 96, let's keep an eye on that on AMD. Let's watch it both ways. Apple. All right, Apple. So, Apple broke the 200 SMA, right? Look at this. This is big, man. This is big. Apple broke the 200 SMA, and we've been talking about this one, saying, hey, this could be sort of the proxy to the market, right? This could be where the market starts to break down, and that Apple break is huge here, right? That Apple break is huge. So, am I going to look to short Apple here? Hell no, right? Why not, guys? Why not? Why am I not shorting Apple here? Well, because there's a cleaner trade, right? There's a cleaner trade. What's the cleaner trade? The cleaner trade is this, right? Back into the 170. That's the cleaner trade. And that is absolutely what Apple's going to do, because that's what Apple's been doing, right? The big drops, you get a retest. The big drops, retest. Big drop, retest. You're going to stay on this trend. This is a little bit of a trend. Like you're extending out of the trend here. This is most likely going to revert to the trend, right? And then retest at these lows, right? So if we get a retest at these lows, right, I want to look to see if there's a fade here, right? I'm not going to short into the hole. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to chase Apple shorts. Oh my God, Apple went down yesterday. Short it. No, I'm going to wait for the retest, right? Get all those people that shorting it into the hole, let them take their losses, right? And then look for the retest, look for that rejection at the previous lows, and then take the short entry, right? That's what I want to look for. All right? So watch that on Apple. We got to go quick here. Meta, Amazon cost, and then we gotta get out of here. Meta, Amazon cost, 300 today, guys, on Meta. Again, it's the same level we talked about yesterday. Yesterday, we said look for Meta 300 rejections, and boy, oh boy, was that clean. Look at that, push into 300 towards that 100 SMA. Bam. Bam, right into the demand, and then shit show, right? Supply to demand, shit show, right? That is very common in the market as of late. You get your supply rejection, you get your demand hold, and then the rest of the day, you get a shit show. And this is where I try my best to talk to the group, saying, hey, once you get that first, maybe hour move, right? Once you get a upside long opportunity, a downside trade opportunity, a demand hold long opportunity, right? Once you get these three opportunities on the day, it's very rare that the rest of the day is going to just continue to give these opportunities. At some point, this stuff starts to slow down, right? You start to go sideways. It starts to get more difficult, right? And so this is where you want to start to maybe leave alone the price action once you get those early morning opportunities off supply and demand levels. Usually this is your best trading opportunity in the first hour, hour and a half, right? And why is that, guys? All right, let's talk about that for a second. I know we got to get out of here, but why is that? Why is just the immaturity, man. Why is that, right? Because retail traders are trading in the morning, right? And you are more than likely able to make money from other retail traders. That's where you're going to make your money. You're going to make your money from other retail traders. You are not going to make your money trading against computer algorithms in the afternoon, right? That's why, right? It's volume, yes, but why is that the volume? What is that volume consisted of? That volume is consisted of a lot of other, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but this is the truth, right? There's a lot of guys out there, a lot of guys and girls, a lot of really bad traders getting involved right at market open. Who do you make money from? How do you make money in the stock market? You make money when someone else loses money, right? How do you make money in the stock market? It's you taking money from someone else. When is the most likely chance that you're going to take money from someone else? It's in the morning when retail traders are involved, right? It's not in the afternoon, right? When a lot of computers are trading and they're just it's all algorithmic, right? That's not when you're likely to make your money. That's the concept behind that early morning trade and why sometimes it's very clear and very easy, or at least easier than that afternoon trade. So Amazon, right? What are we watching? 129, right? 129. That's the level. Keep an eye on that 129 today. All right. That's the big level on Amazon. 129 and 133, 134. If I zoom out here, you guys can see once again. 129. So today, what am I going to be looking for? I'm going to be looking for Amazon to push into that level and see what the reactions are. If the reactions are above, it'll probably move into that 133. If we see rejections here, then I'll look for that downside. All right, last one, guys. I got to jump out of here and get into the DESI TA section. I just wanted to let you know, guys, I did take this Costco swing trade. I took some November 17th, so about 2 weeks out. November 17th puts on Costco. I am looking to play the weekly chart rejection. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you guys for being here. If you could, press that like button, subscribe to the channel before you head out. QQQ and SPY are all in the live stream. You have to go back. If you're in the Discord, DESI TA is on its way. So I'll be posting charts there now. And hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again for the support on the stream. I appreciate all you guys that keep it chill in the chat, that are just sort of here to actually educate and learn. Appreciate you guys. You guys are on the right path, man. You guys are on the right path. So keep going. Don't give up, right? Don't give up. Just keep trading with comfortable size. Keep learning. Keep educating yourself. Keep going, right? But don't get any big ideas, right? This is not the time. If you're a newer trader, as you're a newer trader, you're not getting big ideas, man. No big ideas. Stick to the small stuff. Small trades, consistency. What's my strategy? What is the trade I'm looking for today? Let me stick to that, right? No, maybe I'll take an earnings play. Maybe I'll throw 40% of my portfolio in a SPY put today. No, right? None of that. Get that out of your head, okay? It's not the way. It's not the way. So hopefully you guys do well today. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. All right? Peace.
Thank you.